Dear altcoin holder, I am sorry. This is the altcoin market cap chart zoomed out on the weekly. Once again, rejected. I think it was yesterday. We had just this weekly candle was looking nice and green. Upward momentum in play. We were trading nicely on the weekly above last cycle's all-time high, and we are rejected as of right now. We'll see how the week closes. But if you've been watching my videos, you know this is not surprising me. The breakout for altcoins is not going to be made easy, especially this cycle. But one thing, as I was setting up this video, when you just look at this setup, this kind of structure even on the weekly chart, and you pair that with the momentum oscillator, the coiling that is taking place right here, I spotted something from last cycle because I was kind of like, when have we ever seen this? This is crazy. And I think there's so much manipulation in here, but when have we seen this? And I'm going to show you exactly in this video where we saw it last cycle. I think it's pretty interesting. And I also want to look at ADA. This is ADA on the daily chart. ADA, along with along with most altcoins, unless you're Binance's coin, unless you're BNB, there's BNB chart on the weekly. Make of that what you will. But unless you're BNB, you're pretty much you're just still not breaking out. And I want to discuss the price action of ADA because this is a move we've kind of been anticipating. And I want to talk about what's potentially next for ADA. So hit the subscribe and like on the way in if you're not in our intelligence system. Please get back there. We have a free trial going on. Hit the link below. Check it out. If you don't like it, you can cancel. But we have risk models back there, exit planners back there, and all of these things are created and engineered to basically help us to plan, especially, I think, for the coming months ahead, an exit strategy. And vice versa, an accumulation strategy as well. So get back there, try us out, and let's jump into the video. So let's look at the altcoin market cap chart first. I just want to show you something because I was like, just looking at this, I was like, I can't believe this. We are squeezing into this trend line. It's a lower high trend line going back all the way to like March 2024. But I was like, when have we seen this? And I was looking at the chart. And I went back and I was like, I saw this little compression that was happening. And if you look at the weekly candles on the altcoin market cap chart at that time, it was also very similar in terms of you just didn't know what was going to happen. There was a little bit of an uptrend, in terms of the structure and trading of the chart. It was above the 20-week moving average, but just a very kind of sideways RSI for quite some time because this is August all the way to, there's the beginning of November starting to break out. Now, if we go to the chart now and we look at this even more sideways, I would say even more just guesswork in terms of what is going on here. I think there's a ton of manipulation going on here. But then you look at the trading of this chart for that time frame, right? And just look at it. Just this higher high, higher low type of move right into resistance, having trouble breaking all-time high. And it's very similar, if you look at this, to back here. The reason I found it interesting is because in yesterday's video, I think it was yesterday, I was basically looking at altcoin risk scores when they were breaking all-time high or just below all-time high last cycle. And then I was looking at it, okay, we're at all-time high area this cycle, and we were comparing. Risk here at this moment is lower than what risk was back here. I found that interesting. But now what's even more interesting with this similar structure at all-time high that we had back here, which was pre-all-time high, this was a very pre-bull market area, I think most would agree. We go look at the altcoin risk model, and you can see if we go back to that area in October 2020 right here, check it out. 31, here we go, 30, 29. Look at the risk score right now. It's a 28. So very similar price action on this altcoin market cap chart. Very similar RSI action on the altcoin market cap chart. And that's just comparing right here to kind of where we are right now. And that probably won't come without volatility. I don't know what the next move will be. I'm prepared either way. You know I am. But I wanted to share that with you as we kind of just continue to wait and watch the resistance of these markets. Call it what you will. So I want to go look at ADA charts as well and do some analysis on price action. Before I do, shout out to the sponsor of today's video, itrustcapital, the go-to in terms of a crypto IRA. You can be back there I'm kind of in the middle of a macro trade myself, and I'm waiting for an altcoin breakout to make some moves back here. But really cool knowing that when I make a move, it's tax-free within my crypto IRA. So buy and sell crypto, gold and silver with your IRA. And if you go to their markets, I mean, they have just so much back there. You can just scroll through. I think this is like their trending chart, but just a ton of coins going on back here. So get back there, everybody. Hit the link below. Get set up with itrustcapital, especially if you're a macro person like myself. It's definitely worth checking out and getting set up with if you plan on making macro trades, whether it's like going into altcoin season, into bear markets, whatever your plan is, get back there. So let's go over to Cardano, sitting at 82 cents right now. One thing that I wanted to mention to you, and I'm going to probably do a video on this, was if you look at the weekly chart, I've realized this. From the bear market like low, if you remember 2018, when ADA was in this last little move of sideways, which is basically what we were just looking at on the altcoin charts, October 2020, November 2020, that last area was 714 days or so, and then boom, breakout. I found it pretty interesting. The bear market low of this cycle to 714 days was not long ago. It was right here. So this, if it repeated last cycle, we would have just been like, boom, here we go. And even look at the structure. I mean, look at this. Boom, 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 boom. So here's what happened. That didn't happen. And now here we are in just this frustration mode, right? And sideways. It's like we're crashing instead of going into altcoin season here. And then we're maybe going into altcoin season, not, and then we're falling. And even right now, it's like a terrible looking weekly red candle. But I should say we're above the 50 and the 20, which is good. Let's see how that plays out this week. But do you see? It's like, okay, for me anyway, I don't know about you, but I look at this and I'm like, yeah, it would have been nice to get the move here. It would have been nice to get the move here when everybody thought it was really happening. And this would have been early, if you think about it. But we didn't get the breakout move. And we didn't get it here. And so here we are. We're in this new environment of just trying to figure things out, trying to track the business cycle, trying to track everything that's going on with institutional adoption, as well as government adoption across the globe, as well as pro-crypto legislation, so much. And it's just sideways. And it's just like, what is going on? I think there's a lot of suppression in these markets on purpose to buy time. That's what I think. I think it's a huge part of it. And during this kind of period of whatever's happening right now, I'm going to continue tracking just the business cycle, everything that's going on, but also just tracking the charts so I can anticipate every move. So let's look at ADA analysis on the short term. And I want to play a quick clip from September 25th. Check it out. There's a case where we get a break to the upside. We're testing a lower trend line. Let's see what happens there. Maybe we break back above. That can be a bullish confirmation, but there might be resistance at 90 cents if we make a run for it. And then this might extend to further dip into October. And here we are. Here we are. So we started getting the pullback. You can see 89 cents, not quite 90 cents, but we started getting that pullback. And if you check it out, we have in play the continued dip into October. We have this target into the 60s. It just is what it is. I don't like it. I don't want it to happen. And there's still a possibility it doesn't. I want to just kind of discuss that in this video. So from the swing low, before we got this just pullback to the trend line itself, swing low to swing high that we got so far, I am watching this Fibonacci. It's 81 cents at the 618 to like 786 is 78 cents, which is pretty crazy. So 78, let's just call it 78 cents to 81 cents is a support area I'd be watching in the short term in terms of if ADA is going to continue falling. And if it does, maybe we get a higher low, right? And so this can become some type of new higher low structure to ultimately break out. And I'm not trying to just put bullish data out there for you, because there's a very strong possibility all support fails and ADA and crypto continues falling and ADA falls into this range down here. And notice what is there is a more macro Fibonacci. So if we take our swing low to swing high, there's our macro Fibonacci in green, confluent with this target breakout that we talked about into the 60s. It's just something to be ready for. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and try and tell you either way what's going to happen. That's not ever what I really do on here. I anticipate downside and upside scenarios just so that I'm ready for each one. So the move, even on the short term that we're getting right now, is annoying. I don't like it, but it doesn't surprise me at all. And if you go back, you watch my video from September 25th, you see exactly why it doesn't surprise me at all, because it's just a normal technical move, especially if we're in an environment where markets are going to be continually compressed right now. It's just a move that makes sense. It doesn't mean the bear market is starting. It just means that ADA holders, crypto holders need to be more patient than really they've already been. So I just wanted to share some general analysis with you on altcoin markets as well as the Cardano chart. And I appreciate you watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, turn notifications on. And if you're not in our intelligence system, get back there, check out our free trial. Let me know what you think. Join our members, and hopefully the tools will be valuable to you. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.